Good morning from Hoi An. So I got here yesterday. It's actually really close to Danang. It took like an hour and a half to get here. And the reason I've come is because when I came to Vietnam years ago, this was my favourite place that I went to. It's extremely touristy, but it's understandable because it is really nice. You'll see what I mean later on. So today's going to be my first day of exploring. I think first stop I have to go and get a ticket, which allows entry into 5 different places in the old city. So I'm going to walk into the main town now because I'm actually staying on this little island and hopefully find where to buy this ticket. But yeah, it should be a really nice day of exploring. Currently the weather is good. Fingers crossed it's going to stay good, but as always, we never know. So yeah, let's get going and see what we can get up to. So, just a little bit of information about Hoi An. This is an ancient town with a history stretching back 2,000 years. It's been occupied by various peoples over the centuries, and this is evident in its historic sites and architecture seen today. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a popular place to visit with tourists from all around the world. Due to its river and seaside location, Hoi An became an important trading port in the 15th century, attracting merchants from all over the world. In particular, many settlers that came here in the 16th and 17th centuries came from China and Japan, so lots of architecture and remnants from these communities are still visible today, including Chinese temples. There are many assembly halls dotted around Hoi An. In the past, they were important community centres for the Chinese immigrants. This is the Fujian Assembly Hall, a 17th century shrine dedicated to a sea goddess. It served as a place of worship and as a venue for community gatherings. After exploring the assembly hall, I decided to head to another nearby attraction, a museum of traditional medicine. It's a bit of a relief to come in here, to be honest. It's so hot out there. It's a little bit cooler inside. But yeah, I find this sort of thing quite interesting. Apparently this is the doctor's lounge. Yeah, got all his books there. Ah, this is all like the herbs and stuff that are used. I wish I knew more about how to use herbs and stuff. This is a lovely old building though. There's so many in Hoi An. I'm sure we'll get to see quite a few of them today. That's a herbal medicine grinder. Looks like we can go up here. I don't know whether this is like an office or like a living room. I don't know if I said already, but the ticket gets you into 5 different places and it costs about £5. So yeah, I thought it was quite good value. And this is obviously number 2 of the day. See what else we can do. There's some more bits over here. This room's got like tools in it, like these are for slicing herbal medicines. I don't think you'd want to get your finger caught in that. These are for decocting herbal medicines. Some old knives. It doesn't really say how old anything is. Well, it's like a guillotine, but it's a medicine chopper, medicine grinder. Yeah, kind of interesting to come in here, mainly for the building to be honest, but I think Hoi An does have quite a long tradition with this sort of medicine. Anyway, on to the next stop. I think we can go to like an old merchant's house, which is just down the road, so let's head there. My next stop of the day was this preserved merchant house, known as the Tan Ki House. It was built in the 18th century by a family of Vietnamese merchants who traded in agricultural products such as grains and spices. The architectural style combines elements of traditional Vietnamese, Chinese, and Japanese design. Inside were lots of items on display relating to the original occupants, including ornaments and furniture, giving an idea of the lifestyle here during this time period. One of the most famous sites in Hoi An is the Japanese covered bridge, built in the late 16th century by Japanese settlers. It provided a connection between the Japanese and Chinese communities of Hoi An. The small altar inside is the Taoist shrine to protect against floods and natural disasters. It was time for lunch and I wanted to try a famous dish that you can only get here in Hoi An. This is khao lao, a noodle dish invented in the 17th century. The noodles are made using water from an ancient well in Hoi An. It's served with sliced pork, bean sprouts, fresh herbs and crispy crackers on top. Well, that was nice. I always do my best to try the local food when I'm in a new place. Anyway, I got one thing left to do on my ticket, so I'm going to head to this temple that looks really cool from the pictures. It is a beautiful town though, you can probably see why I like it so much. But yeah, that's why it's so popular. At night this all gets lit up as well with lanterns, so we'll go and check that out later on. Maybe even go on one of the boats. But for now, let's go find this temple through this little alleyway. On my way to the next stop, I stumbled upon this beautiful ancient gateway to a former temple. I love that Hoi An has so many of these interesting historic places hiding in its alleyways. Just a short walk away I found this temple, known as the Quaint Temple. It's a 17th century Chinese temple with a beautiful interior. I particularly like the courtyard with its koi pond and bonsai trees. Time for a coffee. I got a Vietnamese coconut coffee, which is absolutely delicious. Thank you so much, by the way, to everyone who's bought me a coffee on Buy Me a Coffee. It means a lot. So I decided to come back for a bit. It is extremely hot today. Not that I'm complaining though, because it could be raining. But I do need to conserve my energy a bit for later, so I'll see you a little bit later on. Okay, so it's the evening now, time to go find some food. Also want to check out the old town at night as well, because it's all lit up with all the lanterns and everything, so that would be really nice. Let's see what we can find. As you can see, Hoi An at night time is very beautiful, but also very, very busy, so I quickly found somewhere to stop for some food. This is nem lui, skewers of pork barbecued on a lemongrass stick and wrapped up in rice paper with lots of fresh veg. It was so good. I walked through the night market area as there was another dish specific to Hoi An that I wanted to try. These are white rose dumplings, basically small shrimp wontons that are topped with crispy onions. The lady also very kindly gave me a passion fruit to try. As I was admiring the lantern boats, I bumped into another solo traveller and we decided to split the cost and go on one of those very touristy but very pretty little boats, which was an unexpected but fun thing to do. I would definitely recommend it. They even gave us some paper lanterns to float in the river. Last stop of the night, time for some dessert. I found this cafe that was selling some sort of Japanese stuffed croissant, so I thought I would try a chocolate one, and it was the perfect way to end the evening. Well, I just got back. It's been an epic day. I've really enjoyed everything I've done. Awesome to do that little boat thing as well. That's not something I'd normally do, but the opportunity came up and I just thought, let's go for it. So I'm going to call it a night now. Hope you enjoyed seeing these amazing places. I think Hoi An's such a beautiful town. It's definitely one of my favourite places I've been to in Vietnam so far. So thank you all for watching. I will catch you in the next one.